iterate 50 times over the whole sum. So how you do that? Use a for loop. So in our case it will be for point. Now this could be any letter. You can actually just use PO, you can just use P, but I'm gonna just use point so that way it's more descriptive. In geo dot points, right, colon, don't forget that. Now this one is actually optional. You don't actually have to do it like that. You can actually go ahead and just do it like points is equals to geo dot points, if I can type. Alright, so you can use this right here to where the little two brackets actually end, but I'm gonna just leave mine as this because I think I like it a little bit more like that. Then I'm gonna press enter, tab, because it doesn't auto tab obviously. So now for under every single point, what you need to get is the point number, because if you remember, we actually were fitting the point number, which in our case Houdini doesn't actually, the Python doesn't actually know, you know, what the point number is. So actually need to tell it what it is. So in our case I'm gonna name it samp. You can name it anything for real, provided you remember what it is. Point dot number and close. And how do you know about all this kind of stuff? So now if I go back to my geo, I'm gonna give g is equals to geo dot points. Then, well, actually you're not supposed to, I'm not supposed to do it like this, but I'm gonna go ahead and break the rules for now. So right now I'm actually evaluating point 3. So point 3 I can get its position, so I can get its position, and that's its vector 3 position. Or actually I can get pretty much its number, as you can see. So point 3, its number is 3, but I'm not supposed to actually use it like this. I'm actually supposed to use obviously I'm gonna override my older variables, but iter points, and with that you're supposed to actually iterate through the point number that actually need, but in our case we ain't gonna be using that. So in our case, let's go back to this, we're gonna be using the point number. So samp actually stores all the numbers from 0 to 50 or 49 in our case into the variable called samp, right, into its own self. So what we're gonna go ahead and do next is actually fit it into our expression over there. So we're gonna call this fit samp, which will be equal to our hmath dot fit, because the fit is actually inside the hmath, right? And what we're gonna fit is the samp, which is the every point number, to, if you remember, we got the total number of points over here. So we're gonna have a minimum of 0 and our old maximum to points, right, minus 1. That's our old maximum. Now new minimum is 0, just like we had it earlier, 240, and click that. So samp, fit samp is now filling in everything as it is. Enter tab, and what we're gonna do now is actually evaluate this guy right here so that we can actually fit it into something eventually. So I'm having a brain freeze. What am I gonna call this? I'm gonna call it samp. It's gonna override the older one for every single one that it does, but I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So samp is equals to eval at. Now this one is one of those Houdini, what you call it, let's see what we can do that. Eval, well, you need a floating point for one for it to actually work, but let's see if I can make that happen quick. Let's see, this is off, I should even do this. Okay, it's 2.0. So m dot eval, well, the float obviously they can't have that in Houdini. You need something that's actually readable from, okay, there we go. Let's just do that, my bad, I should just done that in the first place. So samp is equals to where's our guy? Right here. We're just gonna drag him in right here, and enter. So samp dot eval. You can see that we can actually evaluate a frame as string, as blah blah blah, all that kind of stuff. So there we go. That's how you know kind of where to go. So samp eval at frame. So that's what we're doing as of right now. So samp eval at frame, I think that's how it was written. Yep. Yeah. So eval at frame, and what we're going to be evaluating in our case is it should give me a float value, I believe. I'm not sure because I want everything to be in float values. Python is kind of strict on this. I don't know, but that's what I kind of figure. And what you want to fit is in fit sample over here. So fit sample, and we're gonna make sure you close both of them. That both of them are closed. So enter. And our last line is actually to set the attributes to the point for every single point. So in our case, it's every single point dot set attrib. Now in our case, we had if you remember, we just had set up the vector for g over here. So if I do g dot set, you can see you can set attrib value. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. Now that's for every single, that's a point. G is the point that we just put out a little bit earlier, this right here, 0.3. So you're gonna set a value to 0.3. Obviously this one it's gonna deny because Python shell cannot actually set it up. So set attrib value, and the attrib value that you want to set is actually this guy, that you want to set the sample for this one. So it's gonna be add sample, right? And the value that you actually want to put up is the new value that just got put out, which is sample, not the first one. I'm having a brain freeze, but I'm gonna just name it like that. Close that, and pretty much that should be a code as it is. If I hit apply and there's no errors, hopefully no typos. I got a typo. I kind of guessed that would happen. Now let's see what the error is at. So it's under eval add frame is not defined, so we have a problem. Oh, we actually evaluating sample, every sample for that one. So sample, and I just showcased the sample. So eval add frame apply, and everything went correctly. So well, now you have no problems. We got a sample called, we got a pointer called sample, and everything is cooked well. Cook time is 1.64 milliseconds. I guess that's impressive. I don't know. So we got that set up, and pretty much that's it for Python. Now all we need to do over now is go to our copy sub over here, stamp everything, and we're gonna name this the same thing as earlier. So rescale, and we're gonna call this we're gonna call the attribute called sample, and that's already global, well, not globalized, but it has a variable mapping to it, as you can see. So you don't have to actually set that up in Python. So pretty much all you need to do now is actually just, well, you already got a transform right here. So we're gonna go ahead and stamp on the y value for the scale. So stamp, and the sub that we need is copy to, and the token name is rescale, and the default value is 0, and enter, and you get the same data all over again. And yes, that's the network as it is flowing. So under our null over here, if I shift click, home this, now I can actually just drag the data, but it's actually flowing through Python this particular moment. It doesn't flow through the older shell, as you can see, we got two subs in our case. So you got copy 1, and this is copy 2, which is actually using the Python sub over here. So pretty nifty stuff, if you have to ask me. Now you can actually just go ahead and play with this, learn some more code. I don't know, you can do a whole lot of crazy stuff. So you can animate this going across, make some trees, so kind of fun stuff. So drop your nail system, plug it in, make it into tree tubes, and put the stamp feature on the X, Y, and Z, and pretty much you're done with the whatever. So we're done with this. So keep on playing with this, and let's see what we're gonna do with this whole thing eventually. So I'm out. See you on the next one. Out.